So when you were starting, how young were you? You were really young. You were putting
I was like 14.
14.
Yeah.
When did you put out the first album that kind of went to radio? Was it one song or was it a series?
It was a song.
It was one song?
One song, but I'd always kept recording, but I concentrated on one song, pushing one song and the other. So I pushed one song that was really necessary to be pushed. You know what I mean? So once it went through, I also looked again. I'm like, okay, if I drop something like this now, it will work. And then it's just a song after a song. I just released my album. You know, I just did my album release like in 16th of May.
Sure.
But then I have been releasing singles from that album from 2012.
Okay, yeah. But then you have the content to go back on. So you have a whole collection of stuff.
So it's not like just having the songs like in a bulk and then trying to slap them over there. It's one song at a time, one song at a time.
For sure. So you know, from what I see, there's 3 main music videos that come up. You know, so how is that chosen? Like what your single was? How do you choose what your song is that you're going to go out?
Okay, because it's my place, so I know what they want to hear, and I know what
is that though? Like what you're listening to a song and you're listening to 3 songs. If you could give these young gents some advice, you know, would you say like that one is playing in on a more pop sensibility, or this one is more it's harder edge? You know, what's in right now? What's making it pop with the audience?
I feed in from the influence, you know, because unfortunately to say, in our place they listen to more music from the outside, kind of, you know, because the influence is really huge. Plus us being there and controlling the system as well. So me and my team look out from those ends, like which one is more edgy, should we drop a mellow song because this time this is what is going on. So we ascertain and put everything in, like all of those in place before we drop a particular song. So you find us releasing, sometimes we release like 3 or more songs within a month, but each song has to do with a certain, you know,
vibe, yeah.
Exactly.
Something that's going on.
So at the end of the day, you find us having like 4 hit songs, all hit songs, depending on, you know, satisfying whichever audience that we really wanted to please.
And have you had a collaboration? Are you thinking about doing collaborations? Because there's a lot of talk about that.
Yeah.
Is that the next move for you?
Yeah, definitely. I've done you know, a lot of collabs too as well, because it's necessary. It's very necessary. It's very necessary. Like before I made an impact in the UK, I had to work with one of the dancehall reggae artists over there who was pretty big at the time, you know. And I still do that a lot. I still link up a lot. The other minute, I was recording with one other top Jamaican artist, Assassin, Agent Sasco, and Red Rat, and working with their top producers. So I'm always on the lookout for who wants to do what. So I definitely...
How do you do that though? So you're like emailing people?
Social network.
Yeah.
And emails.
What's your approach?
You know, because you have to have, you have to make sure that the brand is right. You know, the look is right.
Them and you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So once you know who you want to put on your song to make an impact with, you know, I have a team who make sure that we send the right type of message, because it doesn't have to be any kind of message. They wouldn't even, you know, reply or read. You know what I mean? So once we do that right, we've mastered the art of doing that right. So every email we send out, they get a proper reply, and before you know, they've been also looking at you already, and they want to do something already. Like the other day, one of the, I can say is a legend from reggae music, Mad Cobra just hit me up on Instagram, DM, like, I want to do a song. Just like that.
And what's the answer?
And I'm like,
fucking yeah.
Definitely, why not?
Well, you gotta be open, right?
So I make sure that I channel it, because my genre of music basically, although it's Afrobeat grown, but it's reggae and dancehall.
Right.
So I make sure that I channel it to that type of sound also. So
which has more of a international sensibility.
And
you can play that in Miami. You can play it in Ibiza.
Definitely. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Like one of the arts, Cranium, has a big song now. Like Nobody Having. Same thing. He also just hit me up on Instagram. So you know, we place it right, and I think that now, like the globe is just a small, like the world is a small place now. People want to sell outside their homes,
Absolutely.
so they kind of go online to research and search, just like people are working every day, every minute. Like organizations have people who do the online stuff for them,
Yeah.
and like the YouTube thing, it shows statistics of where your songs are being played. So I know that these Jamaicans or these other Canadian artists, these other superstars also do that a lot, and they know where the songs are being played. So then they want to collaborate with people from those ends also. So if your branding is right and your promo is right, I believe that you pop up also to be one of the persons out there that they should work with to get them crossing. So that way we all take advantage of each other to still make music grow.
Absolutely. It's a great ladder to climb too, because the structure of a guest spot is usually on the best part of the song.
Yeah.
You know, that echo effect that's coming back, and you remember that sound and that timbre of that voice. Have you had much of a chance to check out the African music scene here, or the music scene here?
Basically, this is my first time coming here anyway, but with information from Jules and his team on board, I kind of know the way it's moving, the progress, and I can say that the West African music is all over, it's taking over now, which is basically the Afrobeat. So,
Right.
you know, especially being spearheaded by Nigeria and Ghana.
Yeah. So, how long are you staying here, and what is the tour plan? Is this your first tour?
Yeah. Basically, I came to support, you know, because it's my thing now.
Yep.
So I'm leaving on Monday, but we're hoping to come back again. Yeah, definitely.
So, are you reaching out to people actively looking for collaborations in Canada?
Yeah. Juice is trying to set all those up as well. You know, me, as long as I stay, he's trying to make sure that we work within that time. You know, because if we're able to do any, fine. But if we're not for now, during the time that I'm staying, I'm going to still come back and then we'll work on stuff. So I'm really open to make sure that I also grow. I mean, because people want to work with us, we also want to work with people. Eventually, it's all about increasing your numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you travel with management?
Definitely.
And who else do you travel with?
Most often I travel with my producer.
Okay.
And I mean the one that produces my stuff.
Really?
With a mobile studio.
Is that intricate to your live performance, or do you need that to be able to create on the spot?
It varies. I can create on the spot as well to any producer.
Right.
But if you're working with one, it makes it more easier. You don't know who you're gonna meet, how fast it's gonna be done.
Sure.
We just drop the laptop, we bring out the microphones, we're working.
And get it going.
Yeah.
Right on.
How
But I've been
And on
around
stage.
it. It's all the guys that don't have fun, you know, showing up. It's the guys that love doing what they do, you know, making a craft, you know. And your stuff has musical kind of hooks to the past, you know, and there's dance hall like vintage in there. And so, what is the what's your biggest influence, I guess, but beyond the obvious, beyond African music?
Yeah, beyond African music, it's beyond African music is my influence has actually been music. Anything music across skin color and even Africa or Afrobeats, like you're saying. Anything music that sounds really good, I'd fall in love with it any moment and try to see how I can put that up into my own, you know.
So you're seeing that from other genres. So you're obviously in a genre, in a position to make people feel good and happy and all that stuff. What's the magic? What's the magic? Do you find that your success is coming from your lyrical content, your showmanship, your songs itself? What in the song seems to work for you?
It's a reality in the songs as well, you know, and the show, like all you said, make one thing to inspire the people. They tend to live on my lyrics and what I say, because that is what is real and that is what they're going through. If it's love, if it's life, whatever it is, you know what I mean, and the way I come across as well.
Right.
So,
and so you started. You're 14. You were dabbling, but what was the What was the best move you ever did? Like, what took things from, you know, going in your community, handing out CDs, to like a radio DJ play?
Yeah, I've done all of those ones.
What is it though? Did you walk in? Did you say, you're playing this? You know, or I'm going to kick your ass?
I made sure that whatever, I walked in, like, listen to this. If it's good, fine. If it's not, fine. I gave it to them, they listened, and I made sure I didn't...
Did you not do that the first time? Or was the music just better the second time?
The second time I didn't do it no more.
Right.
Now they have to come and search for the music,
But when you go to the musicians, when you go to the radio station and say, play this jam, did you do that once? Or did you do that when you were 14 and then when you were 16 and then...
okay.
Like these guys are talking about going to the Grant 6 times.
Yeah.
And they still haven't gotten it, you know? Is it about hitting the song or is it about persevering?
Like, I was there and I heard this man in the seat say, it's about the song as well and it's about the push. So I've always made sure that it's a hit song after hit song after, and I've always repeated the same approach. I don't see myself too big to go back to the radio stations, and that's what makes me get huge and huge.
Right.
So I don't stop. I even intensify it some more. But this time you wouldn't see me in front of the whole movement. At the beginning, I had to go by myself. I had to make sure, you know. But now I do that same thing 2 times, but I don't show my face.
Yeah, but hey, you're here. What time was your show till last night? 5 a.m.?
No. It ended at 2.
2 a.m. You're still here.
Yeah.
I mean, being here and being present and willing to share your experience with us is so huge for an artist. And I think that artists making themselves available to tell their story first person is enormous. You know, you coming here, you know, as much as we could spread the word and you could tell the entire, you know, Ghanaian community that you're great and share the video. You coming here makes such a big difference. You coming here makes people want to collaborate.
Even seeing some of my big brothers in here also, you know, humbles me the more.
Well, it's a small world, right?
Yeah.
You know, you know, you work with a lot of people, obviously, that are booking festivals that aren't in your crew. You know, guys like me, hopefully I can place your music one day, you know, we couldn't be further apart. It's a wonderful thing. So how are you servicing music to people? Have you ever been in media, like television or any kind of, is it just been radio and shows? Or have you had a song in a television show or anything?
Yeah, I've had songs in television shows. The last time I did, I featured in a movie as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's been valuable experience?
Yeah, it's a nice experience. Growing up as a child, I've had love for all of that because I believe that all relates to one. As an artist, I believe there are some artists who are entertainers, and those ones can go any length to do movies, to do everything, because a bit of them can relate to all aspects of entertainment as well, which I find myself as being one of those.
Yeah. I mean, in Canada as well, we have actors on our shows that are rappers, and they also have, like, you know, a theater career and then a film career. Is that something you're looking to take your stardom to the next level? Are you looking to actually get on camera?
Because it has to grow. It has to really grow from singing, not only singing or performing on stage, but wherever, like in the movies.
Sure.
To me, it's not a different thing to be in a movie.
Are you taking
because
like, lessons in your
not taking classes anyway. You know, it's a different thing from where we found ourselves, like, you know. That junior go man up that quiz, hand me a hand, you know, see. If you happen to be alive, say pull up. That one I do it. I mean, say that junior in. Snap way upon everything. Every time girl want eat and a tap a punch up, I be a get it. Now I do it. You say that junior in. Get it and that's